This is a video for manifesting generators.
All right. So yes, manifesting generators. We decided to do a video just for you, even though you are truly a generator. We felt that doing a special video for manifesting generators would also help provide you with more clarity, since about half of generators are manifesting generators. So go back and watch that generator class if you didn't already, because all of that information applies to you. And then this is just going to be some additional information to let you know what's the difference between generator and manifesting generator and how to work with that even better. So of course, we know that you are a generator, so you're obviously coming from response, but why the manifesting part, right? And we know that this is what we call a keynote or like a term, right? Everyone can manifest. Manifesting generators, what it means is that you have an energy source that's directly connected up to your throat. This is really what manifestation is all about. And how this applies for you is that when you respond to something, you are either moving towards something and immediately manifesting. It's like, okay, I'm responding and now I'm going to immediately get to work and start generating and start building and creating and looking in that container and seeing all the possibilities and starting to do it. Or you're pulling back. It doesn't feel correct, right? So you want to notice your body movement, your pull. Is it going towards something or away from something? A lot of times manifesting generators are extremely impressive to other beings, other types, because you have what we consider the least limited vehicle type. You are almost like having a manifester inside of a generator vehicle. So you're in a sense kind of like a manifester with a generator strategy. You cannot initiate, you need to come from response, then pull forward. It's kind of like taking 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. I like to think of it like once you respond to something, you move forward, but then you realize that this manifesting part of you that wants to initiate, that there's something blocking you. You don't have the people, the money, the certification, whatever it is that you need to keep moving forward with. So this is your indication like, oh, I need to go back and get that detail. So 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You are designed to skip steps. Okay. It's not a generator. Generator like me, I need to go through things in my own process, but it's step by step, right? It's like the tortoise and the hare. I would be like the tortoise. And I think that story, and I don't know if this is right, but they make it to the finish line at the same time. I'm not sure if that's correct, but we'll go with it. They do. Okay. They're going to finish to the finish line at the same time, but they have different ways of getting there. So the tortoise is doing 1 step at a time and going through. The hare, which is you, is jumping from rock to rock and going, oh, no, not that way. Not that way. You're changing directions a lot. What we want to do is get you off the hamster wheel. I call it the hamster wheel. And it's kind of like you are, maybe you've gone into something and you're kind of cycling your energy, but then you reach that wall where you need to go back and be on receive mode, but maybe you don't want to. So now you jump off and you're on the next hamster wheel, and you might feel that you're just burning your energy, but you're not going where you want to go. It's just on a wheel. Now, it's almost like you want to turn yourself inside out, right? You go on receive mode and then you push forward, and then you go on receive mode and then you push forward. So if you are here to be a specialist, right, which means efficiency with what steps do we need to take and what don't we, then you need to learn like, okay, this step, I cannot skip this step. Like I have to go back and get that, and then I can move forward, right? So there are some steps you can skip, but some, if you're meeting a lot of resistance, if you're feeling anger and frustration and feeling limited, and you're just trying to push forward, you're just trying to be a manifester, this is not going to be helpful for you at all. That's the hamster wheel. So depending on your particular configuration, because there is a lot of different ones for being a manifesting generator, that's going to show up differently for you as well. Just ask yourself, am I initiating all the time now? Am I waiting to respond and then moving forward within the container and manifesting within that container, but then pulling it back? Or is your life just meeting a lot of resistance? right? Because the resistance and these walls, you know, you might feel like you can just plow through everything, but you really need to be careful of that. So slow down, be more patient. Again, everything in your life is about timing, and follow your satisfaction and see where that frustration is. And you may be one of those people that feels like, oh, I'm starting all these things. I call them like the piles of clay. All right. So if you were to look back behind you and you see all these projects, all these little things that you've started, and they're like piles of clay that maybe you're working on it and then it didn't get finished. So you started a new one, and then you started a new one, and you have all these piles of clay that maybe you gave up on, or they didn't finish, and you have all this stuff. That is not an efficient use of your true power. Some people in existence are designed to harness their power through restraint, and you know, for you, this is part of that, right? Receiving and then moving forward. I like to think of this analogy as a bow and arrow, right? So you're designed, your life is like a bow and arrow. So you're designed to pull the arrow back, receive, and wait for an indication of where to shoot it. Now imagine you're not doing that, you're not pulling back, and you're just, the arrow is just going nowhere. So all you have to do is receive.
This is so good. I'm having so much fun with it because it's actually the conditioned self. Right? That's what we're doing all of the time. So I have a couple of questions. I love the talking about so is it like a push-pull, you would say, of the body? Push-pull of the body is recognizing that. I love that you said it's the least limited vehicle. So it's the manifestor inside and the generator outside within the generator vehicle. That sounds super fun. At first I was like, I want that, right? Because we're always so jealous. We have FOMO of everyone else's design. Get off of the hamster wheel. And the part about skipping steps, I've heard this so many times. They see it, they just go for it. And then they're coming back to backtrack. So here's my question for you. So since they do have that kind of part manifestor, part generator, like I understand that the generator's signature is satisfaction, right? So frustration. So they're frustrated. That's how they know that they're not in satisfaction. So does it also apply that the peace and anger? Does that also apply too?
Yeah, but I was kind of using that as like an analogy. Like you are not a manifester. Like that.
At all. Okay.
Right. Take that out. You have a quality, an ability, a code, right? That is harnessing the manifesting energy, which what is manifesting? It's communication and direct action. That's what it is. So
is that what makes them skip ahead? And so they got to come back to the generator?
Yes. Yeah. So always be a generator. Always. But it's okay to skip steps. It's okay to change direction because you probably change direction a lot in your life. And as long as you're receiving and on respond mode, then, you know, it can be correct for you. And the thing is, I also want to say this is that manifesting generators can become like super slaves, right? Or their energies can be used by other people because you have so much energy and so much ability and things like that, is it satisfying how your energy is being used, or are you just letting someone else, you know, use your energy in a way that's really not satisfying? Yeah, because we always got to come back to that satisfaction.
That was a perfect end. That I like ending it with those questions. Like, is your energy being used towards satisfaction for yourself?
Yeah.
Do you feel that satisfaction? Perfect. All right. That's it for this one.